1 minute and 45 seconds.
Making popcorn?
Yes.
Wait, did I actually call it?
Yes, you did.
Okay, sell 5.
Well, as somebody makes
Guess
popcorn.
what you were doing? First guess.
Oh, that's awesome.
And on popcorn, unfortunately, we will not have Johnny Nova with us tonight, so there will be no in-house PC. Oh, hey, that's a stream alert. I like it. To make said popcorn, we're just gonna go ahead and boop him out of here. So last time we joined with this ragtag, maybe not ragtag anymore, group that was coming together over a map with nothing on it besides a couple of ink markings and some vague clues.
So normal map.
Yeah, so I mean, that's fair. Normal maps have keys. Keys typically have letters, but 50-50. They left the near burnt down shop of a shopkeep who ended up being an art dealer / werewolf. As they left, they approached the City of the Dead, which is where all of the dead people are buried in Waterdeep. That's per Waterdeep rules, where they investigated, followed a couple of clues, found a red herring, and then, in what they thought was just a clue, I found the basin of an entryway into a crypt. Through a secret compartment within a statue. They approached the entrance and went down said crypt and almost fell into a pit of zombies. And the zombies, in their most valiant attempt, built a zombie ladder to try to get up and harass the adventurers, but they were unsuccessful. Navigating through the silent and dark crypt, they came upon a room that looks, strangely enough, like a coffin that was filled with skeletons riding skeletal horses and a flaming, nagging, not flaming, flying skull nagging in the middle. After putting down all of these awkward skeletal things, the party, I will now open it up to the party, and if I missed anything out of the recap, please by all means fill it in, and B, tell me what's going on here.
Creed had nommed a spider and has been crawling on the ceiling ever since. He's kind of up in a corner over there, sulking because he missed a lot of hits and chances to be awesome. So that's where he is currently.
You're being awesomely creepy, Creed. So you have that going for you.
And these are just coffins, actual coffins?
So those are 2 stone sarcophagi.
And another door?
And another door to the north. Both the door that you came in from the south and the door to the north are metal, and a brief redescription of this chamber. It's a little bit militant. You can see ornamental shields, spears adorned on parts of the walls. The 2 sarcophagi have engraved on them the figures of a male and a female warrior. The sarcophagi, there's a couple of cracks on the top that leave some see-through as you bring a torch over. You can see that the sarcophagi themselves are empty. Little else decorates the room aside from the slight bits of debris around and the, again, lack of light.
So Rialta's gonna say, "Wait, guys, I got this. I learned. And she whips out the wand. And hopes that she gets a reading.
Okay. So we're referring to the Wand of Secrets, or
Yes.
as it was previously known, the Gretchen's Wand.
Yes.
And we're expending. You want to expend a charge? Is that what you're telling me at this point?
Oh, wait a second. Now, can I? It regains 1d6, 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. So, have we had a day since I used it yet, or no?
So it has not been a new day.
Did you use it 3 times? I remember 2.
2. I only
Yeah,
used it
I
2.
remember 2. Yeah.
Really?
So
I thought-
maybe I'll save
yeah.
the third one then. I don't
Might
know.
be best. If you don't
Yeah.
mind, I'd kind of like to have a bit of a breather. I actually got stabbed. Or
Yeah,
I don't. Did I actually get
Moments
stabbed?
ago.
Jin said, checking himself.
Oh no, I was burned.
Oh,
One of the skeleton horses did something to me, spat. It was some sort of breath weapon. And I'd personally like to make sure I'm feeling 100% before going further into this place.
no, that definitely makes sense. All right. We'll save it. We'll save it, guys. And she puts the wand back.
Well, I have found a door over here. But, Jin, you're burn stabbed? And Borren, you're looking a little bloodied.
Only a little.
I mean, if you all need to rest... I don't know that this room is very secure. Is there, like, a actual door here, or is it just a doorway?
I'm fine, thanks for asking.
Oh, I can barely see you up there in the corner all creepy. You can come down and join us if you'd like, Creed. Besides, I can somehow see your health bar. You look okay.
It's those damn green hovers. It's a Waterdeep policy. So the door to the south and the door to the north both swing inwards towards the room. There are no door knobs or locks on it. It seems like there's just a stick or a small point, such that you can move the door back and forth, but no discernible lock.
Like a kitchen door or something, but it has like a stick to push it.
Like there's no need for an internal turning, so it's just
It's
a little piece
swinging
of
door?
steel hook, that just swings in, but only in towards the room.
Well, we could just move whatever that rock is in front of the door over here, and that'll be somewhat more secure.
Yes. I assume there are piles of dead bony things that we myrtleated, yeah?
There's approximately 11 piles of dead skeletal thingies.
Okay. Declan's gonna spend time, like, gathering those things and starting to pile them against the door if everybody's, like, interested in taking a rest.
Just a short one.
Okay, so you guys are piling up the skeletal remains of 11 animated skeletons in one big pile. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Is that the consensus that we're seeing here?
Yes.
Sure. I was suggesting moving the rock as well. That'd be a bit heavier to push through.
Oh yeah, that's the base. Gotta build it up real high.
All right. As you all secure the northern doorway, I did have 2 rolls. I'll just need a third d20 from someone who is not Jin and someone who is not Borren. Don't all volunteer at once. Okay.
Thanks, Creed.
So the silence becomes kind of deafening as you all take a short break, build a small selection of rocks. Anybody doing anything particular on said short rest, which I imagine is like a lunch? If not,
Eating, maybe?
I imagine Borren eats a lot.
Back your ass!
But yeah, no, if anything, if not anything in particular, nothing eventful will happen from external influences over your short rest. So you guys can regain class features and or spend hit die as appropriate.
Oh, wait, no, those were D4s.
The classic Roll20 initial blundering at the start here. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to have been solidified.
Man, what's with everyone rolling ones on their hit die?
That's sufficient.
All right. And if everybody's regained all their things, etc.,
Yep.
there's a door to the north, which leads further in, a door to the south, which leads out.
Declan's. Go ahead.
Be on the floor at this again at this point.
Creed,
So
would you like
they're
to help me unpile the bones and rocks and things that I've piled against this door that I regret now? Anybody?
Yeah, sure, I'll help you.
You seem to be doing fine on your own.
All right, I will remember that next time you burn stab yourself, sir. Got it.
Declan will remember this.
Yes, he
It
will.
wasn't me. And he quickly shifts into exact replica of Declan. It was
Nope.
yourself. You're simply talking to yourself, remember?
You've already pulled this trick before, Jin. It's just getting weird. And he just kind of eyes Creed and Jin both like, stop it.
Turns into Creed. Which one are you talking about?
Could you be Johnny for a while? I kind of miss Johnny.
Goes back to the high elf form. Absolutely not.
How about a dog? Alright, Declan will open the door and stairs going down? Is that what he sees?
That is stairs going down. That is correct.
He will call for his bear friend and onward, everybody?
Onward, everybody.
Onward, everybody.
I'm going to sneaky peek around this corner.
Okay. Do you have dark vision?
I do have 60 feet of dark vision.
All right. As you sneaky peek around the corner, you can see enough. The hallway is a little bit long and ends in another metal door. To the north and south, you can kind of see the beginnings of what look like a statue on both the both alcoves.
All right. I'm going to sneaky up a little further.
I am
I'll
not
believe
sneaky.
when I see it.
What?
I will believe that sneaky when I see that sneakiness.
Oh,
When I see that
you
sneak roll.
want to
But-
see some sneak? You want to see some sneak roll?
If you're trying to be sneaky.
There's the sneak.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Your footsteps. Again, this place has been incredibly silent the entire time. Maybe just the sounds of Johnny previously echoing in each of your heads, but your footsteps are all you hear as you go down this hallway, and they're quite loud. As you continue down and you get a little bit closer, there are two stone statues, one to the north and one to the south. The north one is a woman in what looks to be well-dressed finery, and a man to the south holding a sword and a shield. They're well constructed. You can see the crest on both the lady's brooch on the top of her clothes and the crest on the male's shield is a wolf, and it looks like a wolf in animation, like chasing after something.
I keep moving.
Okay.
Declan will stop at the bottom one and kind of get a little closer to the man with the shield and stuff. Can he read anything? Any names or anything?
So across it, you're not seeing any names. You're not seeing any distinctive features besides that the wolf on that shield. But you do notice it is the man is holding a sword. And there's a shield on him, but his hand is not gripping the shield. It seems to just be kind of open in place, kind of making a C.
Is the shield like leaning against him or something?
No, it looks like it's attached onto his arm.
Oh.
Yeah, you're proficient with everything. You're a fighter. You know that a shield on like that would do almost nothing in like the heat of combat. You wouldn't be able to hold it effectively that way.
Weird. This is a very inaccurate statue. I hate inaccurate art. All of a sudden. And I will keep following Borren. Is that a door, Borren?
Yes, I stop at the door and wait for the rest of my party to get into into whatever position they'd like in order to deal with whatever's behind this door.
I'm quite alright back here.
Okay.
Where's the blue one?
Where's the blue one?
There's the blue one. The hall is suddenly damp again.
Splish, splash, splash, splash.
All right. Borren, as you approach, are you opening the door or Creed?
I would like to open the door.
Come on, let's do this already.
Ooh. And the door reveals more stairs. Downward and downward.
Cool.
Again, you're greeted by the distinct lack of sound that you've grown accustomed to in this area.
Passing by the statues, I'm just gonna take a moment to look at each of them and shift into one, shift into the other, go back to my howl form, and then continue on.
Okay. As you shift into exact, figure perfect copies of the statue, you notice that your right hand goes into the same kind of symbol stance, the same time that your beginning shifts.
So it like
Borren.
stays in that form?
Like that's how you see it, and if you're seeing it and then becoming that, like to try to figure it out the first time, your right hand naturally goes into kind of like a cupping C, outstretched.
Huh.
And then immediately, like you have your hand in everything. It's just that's the two formations of the statues.
Like a cupping C, like it could be holding something?
Yeah, feasibly, yeah, absolutely.
As everyone else is kind of passing by, I'm just gonna look back up to the thing, reach out and touch the shield. Does it feel like it's part of the statue and is solid, or is it actually movable?
It's part of the sculpture itself.
Okay. All right, he's just gonna take note of that and continue on.
Okay. Borren, as you continue down the hallway, Borren and Declan, as you continue down the hallway, greeted by the same long, dark hallways that you've grown accustomed to in this town. And as you edge around, you see another metal door up ahead of you, with that same wolf relief cut out, kind of on it.
I wait for the rest of my party to catch up.
You guys should hurry up. He's starting to stink up this whole hallway here with his jerky burps. Get in on this.
I'm fine back here, thank you very much.
Okay, I'm spending way too much time trying to figure out how do you do the little thing where it follows your path?
You have the token held in your left click. You right click wherever.
I'm showing.
How?
Left click and right click.
Left click, hold, right click on each of the
she's on
places you want to start.
I'm on a trackpad, that's why I can't figure it out.
That'll do it.
And I don't think you see your token moving. Everyone else does.
Yeah.
It showed up on my stream though, which was cool for me. I don't know why. Anyways, there's only
Through
one
the
way to
door.
go. We go straight.
Yeah, I open the door.
Borren opens the door.
Yeah.
The door is opened, and it reveals
You can hear Sam aggressively clicking.
the crypt is pretty
try so
quiet,
hard.
and we can definitely hear aggressively clicking where no matter where it comes from. The door opens, and the room is it is about 40 feet by 30 feet. It's very distinctly laid out. There's two little small sets of stairs that lead upwards to a pillar that looks like it's about 3 feet off the ground. You can see two statues in front of two what appear to be wooden coffins. At the head or the very end of the room is a portrait of a man holding a book.
I enter the room.
Do rocks fall?
Does everybody die?
Oh, come on. You get dex saves at least for that. As you enter the room, Borren, it is very much the same as the other previous hallway and the coffin-based room. It's that same tiling, that same kind of grim floor. With still some rubbling.
Seeing the picture of the man, is it the same as the one back with the statues?
It does not appear to be so. This man is draped in clothing, much less so in armor and regalia, etc.
I'm gonna shift into the man in the portrait.
Well, this guy looks like he thinks he's important.
What
Indeed he
is
does.
this? Is that the pillar? Like a stone pillar all the way up?
So that pillar rises up about 3 feet from the ground. On top of it is a small cylindrical, kind of looks like a stick. You can, as you come closer, you can see it's much more of a baton. Rialta, as you enter the room, assuming that you do, and
Yes.
Declan, as you approach the statue, Declan, you notice it's nice and dry in here. You know your armor won't rust. Rialta, it kind of feels like the room's trying to choke you a little bit. It's really dry in here.
Okay.
Quiet back there.
Is everything all right?
No, I need water.
I mean,
Ooh, I don't know what just happened.
aren't you like made of that?
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's the problem. Hold on, let me try something. And she
This room
steps out.
has great ventilation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that room's got some weird mojo jojo going on there.
Jojo.
I don't know if I can go in there again, guys.
It's definitely, once you take a second to acclimate, it's definitely possible. It's very inhabitable. It's just significantly drier than what you came from.
All right, I'm gonna try again. Ooh, it's hot. Let's
Okay.
try.
Well, best to turd out this room, right? And Declan will come over here. Does he see anything? Is this a statue or armor or what?
It is a statue holding what appears to be a metal sword, as opposed to the previous statues that you've seen that have all had stone swords. That one is metal in design. Behind it seems to be a wooden crate coffin. When you can see two blue tapestries adorning the walls.
Any, like, nameplates or anything on the coffin? Like, Joe Bob is here.
No visible nameplates. And as you look at them, they're not high quality wood. They're well kept, but they don't look overly fancy. It kind of goes against the grain of what the rest is in this area.
I feel like we're doing a lot of grave digging in this map searching quest we're on.
Don't get too squeamish on us already. And if you want to open such things, allow me from a distance. And my mage hand will kind of appear right next to Declan.
Ugh. Learning new things. I think you've used that before. Never mind. Go right ahead, creepy hand. Have at it.
The hand will go invisible and go to open the crate.
The crate is well nailed shut. It looks like somebody took time and care to make sure that it was securely closed.
Declan will do a slow turn towards Borren and like a wink and a smile with a gleam on his teeth. Huh? Smashy smashy?
Here, why don't you use this? And the
was like,
mage hand will bring over a crowbar.
Aww.
I grab the crowbar and start opening this coffin.
Okay. It pops right open. Inside of the coffin, you see a large amount of straw. You see some sawdust and some splinters.
Declan holds his hand out. Over here, Borren.
I toss the crowbar.
Sharing. Sharing is caring. Pop this one open.
And
Did
like
you
is
say-
like.
I was like, did you say that? I don't know if it was described, but like, does it look like they were put here recently? Like, or are they covered in like ages of dust and stuff?
So nothing in this room has any dust on it. Nothing. You're not seeing any signs of wetness, decay, any sort of aging or time in this room.
So, Creed's gonna come over to one of these, kind of give it a look, and start rummaging to see if there's anything buried under the stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Rummage check. Oh yeah, his perception is so good.
So as you're going through the crate, you dig inside. You get all up in there. You're getting a bunch more straw. You bypass some wood splinters. You almost end up with a splinter in your hand, but the last second you see that it's going to go in, and you get out of there in time. But there's no other objects that you're finding within that.
The crates are a lie.
So these things here, they're statues or what?
So they're statues holding onto metal swords, which is different from what has previously been in that room.
I poke one.
It is poked.
Try to take the sword.
The sword looks like it's held and built around the stoning on the statue. Like it looks like the statue has it in its grip.
I try to take the sword. What part of that did you not understand?
Okay. Give me a strength athletics. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Wow. How dare that sword resist you, Borren?
Dare.
Do you not understand what I'm trying to say to you? I try to take the sword.
So you get into an arm wrestling match with a stone statue. Normally, no one wins an arm wrestling match with a stone statue. But Borren does. Borren, you break the hand clean off of the statue. You can break that hand off of that sword, and you may hold on to that sword by itself if you would like.
I would like to.
All right.
Well, you don't see that every day.
So you guys have opened two crates. You guys have broken a statue. There's still a portrait on our wall.
Yeah, I'd like to send my mage hand up there too. Just kind of take it off the wall and just kind of put it on the side over here.
So you go to push the portrait. The portrait moves just fine.
All right, the mage hand will just grab it by whatever's, like just by the top of it, lift it up, and just put
As
it down
you
over
lift up the portrait, you hear, kind of coming from the portrait, "There shall be a reckoning for those who deign to steal from this noble household."
Well, fuck you too.
But I am one of your descendants. It is my birthright to take such items. And I'm currently looking like the guy in the portrait.
Okay. Nothing. You're not getting any sort of a response from that. Just the portrait still exists. So you've lifted it up, and yeah. Nope, just you hear that warning, and it kind of comes from the portrait, but it also comes from all around, kind of like the back and the sides as well.
Did you say there was something on the pillar?
Yeah, it looks like a small cylinder rests on the pillar.
Ooh, they left us a toy. You want to grab it, Jin?
Yes. After he puts the portrait down over in the corner, he's just gonna, just in case, I'm just gonna take a couple steps back.
Why are you going back there, Jin?
Oh, no reason. Don't worry about it. And
Okay.
the mage hand will float over and try to pick up whatever's on the thing.
Okay. As Jin is stepping back and going to grab the cylinder in the middle of the room, was anybody else doing anything while he was doing such?
I'm moving up closer to watch.
Creed is like perched on the edge of the crate, watching.
I'm nearby.
Okay. So, Jin, as your mage hand approaches and then touches the cylinder, you hear a voice. It sounds like a repeat of the exact same voice, and maybe even the same thing. Say, "A reckoning." And Rialta, it was just like when you got choked earlier, except it's kind of happening in front of you as these two tapestries light on fire and also light these crates next to you. Jin, you hear the door slam behind you, and for no reason at all, I'm gonna bring up the charter.
Creed will,
order.
like,
Can I
shriek
do
and
like,
flail and fall off, because
create
whoops.
water and put everything out?
So
Or
this
are
is kind of
we-
like a reaction thing. Like
Got it. Yeah.
the baton has happened, these things have happened, and now we'll roll initiative, and everyone
Got
can
it.
go
Okay.
in their own particular orders.
I imagined Creed was on the box itself, like digging in
Yeah.
it like a cat almost. So I don't
He-
think
he
you're on
per-
fire.
He perches on things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start referring to you like a cat now. As you crawl into high spots where I don't expect you to be. You're stealthy and creepy. I'm sure this will go fine. It's Johnny Nova wanting to be near us after all.
Oh my god, it totally is Johnny Nova. That's canon now. Thanks, guys.
Jeez.
Okay, so
Oh
Jin,
shoot! I didn't
as
even
you.
roll. What am I doing?
Oh yes, please also do that. Also, please make sure that you've clicked your tokens beforehand, which it looks like.
Borren is finishing
good.
his
Sam
schnacks.
did. Oh, she did. Oh, for shizzle. Why I keep saying
Why not keep saying that?
that?
All right, Jin, you have the pillar in your mage hand. You can kind of see these two crates not only have gone up in fire, but they're also starting to make smoke clouds within the room. What do you do?
Well, as a bonus action, I'm going to have my mage hand fly the cylinder or whatever it is over to me and stuff it into one of my bag pockets. And I will pull out my bow, and seeing the armor start to come alive, I'm going to attempt to shoot the armor next to Borren.
Okay.
But I guess I won't.
Well, you definitely shoot at it. It seems like some of this smoke that is starting to build within the room gets in the way of your shot. Jin, anything else from you?
I'm going to back up to the door.
All right. Borren, the smoke is all around you.
Borren got a
the fire is
rage.
next to you. Borren got a rage. I will say
Borren.
that this flame that's built around the coffins, seems like if you stand next to it at the end of your turn, you'll take damage.
Borren will move. Borren will smash.
So Borren, you are going to smash this armor that's coming to life in front of you that doesn't have a sword.
No, it does not.
And you did a much better job of breaking its hand than breaking the statue itself. Your axe just kind of glances off the side.
Oh shit!
You think that your axe could get in there. It's just you didn't have the right angle this time. That was bonus. That was movement. Anything else from you?
Dark.
Creed, there's some fire and some smoke.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of like topple backwards off of the crate he was standing on and try to scramble this way. I don't know if that
Yeah, it wouldn't
causes.
jar. Yeah.
Cause ow. Thump.
And it seems this one-handed statue of armor is very unhappy.
Like, ow, you fucker! And then he keeps going, and will turn back and blast at him. Blam, maybe.
Blam definitely happens. You hit the statue. It's a very clear, good hit.
He's very
Anything
huffy
else?
at the moment.
Any bonus from you, Creed?
No. Not currently. He doesn't really bonus. Wait, yes. I forget this is a thing. Is it a thing that I... Hold on. Dawn doesn't use this. Is Hex a bonus? It's not telling me.
Hex is a bonus.
Okay, so yes, then he's going to Hex this thing.
All right. Yep.
I had a thing for it.
If you'd like to.
There we go. There it is.
Perfect.
Hex.
Yeah, we can say you did that before. And did you have a particular stat in mind for your hex?
Strength.
Strength it is.
They look strong.
They look strong indeed.
So that's what he would choose. I thought I had made a thing.
Perfect. He is. We're gonna go with strength. And Rialta, as Creed backs away from the flaming crate, what's your reaction to all this?
I cast create or destroy water and try to like put the fire out.
Okay, there's a fire on your right, or we'll just use the map for this. The fire on the left or the fire on the right? And if you can bring up the spell for me. Or alternatively falls as rain. Yeah, so which of the two?
I'll go with one near Declan.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Which of the two options? I'm now seeing that it's a spell. 10 gallons of water in an open container, or 30-foot cube of rain.
I'll do the rain. Oh, which is 30 feet, so 10, 20. Does that hit it? Quite?
Yeah, you can get the entire. Yeah, you can get the entire room.
All right, it's raining on everybody.
Yeah. All right. So there is 30 feet of rain. There's no outdoor clause on that. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna make a cube of blue.
I know it's very strange that it can rain. I can make it rain indoors.
Make it rain, son.
And we're just gonna shift that, and that is a giant forecast, maybe not even forecasted, bit of rain. The fires, Borren, Declan, the fires next to you go out. The smoke is still there temporarily, but you imagine that will dissipate shortly. Rialta, any bonus action or movement from you?
No, thank you.
All right, so Declan, you see some statues starting to come to life, and you're damp, and the floor is a little slippery.
Great. I was previously enjoying the no rust, but rust is good as long as there's no fire. I will swipe. So these two are animated now. Have I noticed either of the armors like move feetsies, or are they just animating and staying exactly in place? Like, are they mobile? Do I think that they could walk away?
Their legs are starting to animate, as well as the rest of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to change what I do. Swipe. Hopefully swipe.
Swiper is swiping.
Okay, and I am going to mark him and say, you and I, to the death, or undeath, re-death. You're going to stop moving now. And that's it.
Okay. That armor reaches out, and its hand that's holding the sword does not strike at you. It seems to just try to throw its body into you twice.
It effectively throws its body into me once.
All right. And at the same time, Borren, those second two are directed at you.
Well, shit.
As this armor,
Both of those will hit.
maybe it's hitting you with the side that you broke its hand off of, so it's got an extra little bit of jagged edge there. It seems to be not doing as well against you. No. The portrait seems...
What was that?
My phone.
What was that? What was that?
The portrait
played
makes a
enough-
bleepy sound.
I've played enough Breath of the Wild to know that there's a shrine nearby.
So was I not able to move the portrait over here with my mage hand?
So as you... I'm sorry, I did not understand that you were still attempting to move it.
Oh yeah, like after it had spoken, I decided I wanted to continue to plop it down over there.
That might have changed a different action, but it is now moved over here. That is totally okay. And very similar to previously, I will need Declan, Borren, and Rialta to make wisdom saving throws as a patch of light, very similar to the shopkeepers, appears.
Well, that's not good.
Here's hoping for a DC 10, eh? He's not.
Hey.
And then I'll just need one save from Rialta.
Oh, Sam walked away. Let me save for her. Wisdom, you say?
Yeah, I can pull it up too.
No, I got it.
And as that same light flashes before all three of you and the two in the back, you also recognize this from the shop store. None of you seem to be affected. The positioning of the portrait seems to have given you all a slight edge in being able to avoid this pattern. And as so, the swords in the statues come to life. Borren, yours flies out of the bag or place that you were storing it and tries to slash at you.
Oh, man.
And Rialta is going to have another attack happen.
That will hit Rialta.
Wait. Was the other sword... If the other sword was in this armor's hands, it's still part of my... This is getting weird. It's still part of my marked thing? I mean, I know I marked the person, but I technically marked all of the person, and that includes the sword. Get back here, sword.
All right. You know what? They were one unit at that point. I'll take that. Let's
Stupid
double check.
sentient swords.
Looks like Rialta is still going to get hit. It looks at you for a brief second, or it looks at you however it can, and does not strike. Jin.
Taking a quick look behind me, does it look like there's a lock on the door that has slammed behind us. Oh, that is. Can you hear me?
So
Yes.
on this door, it seems like it's built exactly as the previous metal doors have been, just like a handle hook to open and close the doors.
And I have advantage on that attack, actually. I mean, if we're going by unwavering mark and the sword is a creature, I'm losing focus on what's going on. The sword that hit Rialta, I should get a attack against it.
Okay.
Sorry, to
I
interrupt.
thematically like that, so we're gonna do it. Jin, does that answer the question that you had?
Yeah, I was thinking my mage hand could try and thieves tools it, but since it can't, my mage hand will start flying up towards the painting again. It was right with me when I was up here before. So yeah, it can actually get up to it, and it would like to pull the top of the painting and make it so it's face down on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Cool.
Yeah, it's mage hand is 5 pounds. Yeah, I
Let
don't
me
see a
pull up the
portrait.
spell.
I don't see that portrait being more than 5 pounds. That's totally fine.
10 pounds.
Oh, 10 pounds. Yeah, it definitely clears.
That's enough out of you. I'm the only beautiful face that needs to be around here. And
Right.
I will take my...
Do you still look like the painting saying that?
I still look like the painting saying that. It's an action to change, so I don't have time to switch.
You can see it face down, as evidenced by our faceless person here. Was that your bonus or your regular action?
That's a bonus action.
Okay.
With that, and as an action, I will take a shot at this armor up here.
Okay. That is a good, clean shot. It looks like Declan's harassing of this statue has somehow made this unintelligent statue focus on him, and you're getting a very clear line of sight into stone vulnerable bits. Jen, any movement from you?
I'm just gonna hang back by the door. Or I'm just gonna hang back by the door.
Okay. Borren, you're surrounded-ish.
Borren is going to shift.
Okay.
I do a thing with that. Hold on. Trying to do math.
Okay.
Level plus Constitution modifier is 7, and then a 1d.
Connor, your mic's on. Okay,
Cool.
well, your mic's off for a little bit.
I have 12 temporary hit points, and now I'm going to smash it. I'm going to keep working on the stone statue.
Yes, the one-handed swordless stone statue.
Yes. Fuck. Reckless attack. Did I call that after the fact?
No,
Damn it.
but also, sure. I imagine Borren is attacking. Well, I imagine he's attacking. And especially if he's yelling fuck as he swings, I imagine he's attacking recklessly.
Okay.
That I can believe. So as you smash into this statue, causing yourself to be vulnerable. Any movement from you?
No.
So, Creed, as you see Borren get more bear-like,
It's happened before.
Okay. What do you do?
More blams. Blam. And hexiness. Ugh, of course it's not gonna work.
Were we blamming the statue, this flying sword?
The same
Same
hexed
guy.
one.
Same hex time, same hex channel. You lay in. Even this necrotic seems to be just decaying parts of the rock in this statue. And bonus or movement, Creed.
Did bonus. He's gonna chill right there and just laugh like, "Come on, Borren, I thought you was strong. Little old me's doing all the work."
So that'll bring us over to Rialta, as you see and hear Creed harassing Borren, who just broke the hand off of a stone statue. What do you do?
Character thing, and I cast my favorite spell.
Spiritual weapon?
No.
Create water? Oh.
Oh.
The
So not the only
opposite
person
of
with
water.
fire.
No. I mean, I know I just put out fires. Wait, is it still raining?
It is still light misting.
Okay.
The fire made from a flaming sphere would definitely stay active while you're concentrating on
Great.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna plop. Where did it go? Oh, right here. I'm gonna plop it right here. The draw tool. No.
Okay. And were you trying to slam it
I don't-
into anyone, or are you just placing the sphere?
I'm slamming it into the thing right here.
Armor or sword?
Which one has the lower points? I can't tell. My screen is very small.
That stone statue seems to be crumbling, and it's down to its more component bits, and that sword has been
Okay.
flying around unimpeded.
I'm gonna try to hit the statue.
It does dodge out of the way, just barely, of your flaming sphere.
Cool.
And any movement from your Rialta.
Nope, that's it.
Does it still take half damage?
Let me look.
And as we pull up that information about the flaming sphere, Declan, looks like you're all alone over there.
That's fine. This sword is still posing a threat to my water friend. So I am going to shimmy on up here and try and vanquish that foe. Stop hitting my friend.
Thanks, Fred.
It's a bad sword. Bad sword. It's a... Oh, God.
Bad roll. Bad roll.
So it seems like without your companions being harmed, you have a little bit of an issue harming those that would. Anything else from you, Declan? Any bonus or other movements?
No. Just, general threatening of the sword if it tries to attack her again. I'm gonna do a thing, hopefully.
I'm quite sure that that sword understands that, which will bring us over to the suits of stone armor.
Also, the suit of stone armor takes half of 5 damage.
Got it. And as your flaming ball smashes into this suit tries to smash into Borren. Borren. 2 19s. Oof. is raging, so 4 and 3 appropriately. And Declan, you're still there. It doesn't want to move. It's going to smash. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
21, 4, 7. And then, Sam, can you potentially give... Rialta, can you give me 2d6 as the statue that is next to Borren does not move? It doesn't seem to understand the concept of fire. As it breaks down 2 shards in front of you.
Woohoo!
You right behind it almost. You see this portrait start to float in the air. Looks like of its own volition. As it casts a spell. Does anybody have reactions to spellcasting?
Yes. Borren does not.
No.
As this portrait begins to float upward. The ceiling is not overly high in here, so it's still, the bottom of the portrait is within 5 feet of the ground. Swords are making some swings. This is at Borren. Sorry, I always do right to left. And the sad part is that they didn't even need you to be reckless about it. They're just on point. And
Swords.
this one is going to make a swing at Declan, which it fails spectacularly at. Jin, you put the portrait down, but the portrait got back up again.
Never gonna
And
keep it down.
It looks like it's just flying now.
It looks like it's floating. Its head is at the ceiling of this portion of the room, and it looks honestly like it's gazing down at all of you. Does seem to have that air of authority about it, that it would look down at people regularly. It seems like a normal activity for it.
Yeah, my mage hand is going to kind of fly up, just kind of attempt to flip it around, and then just hold it facing against the ceiling.
So, any interaction with that? It seems like it is floating and is unable to be moved by other objects. Yes, it is suspended in place.
Okay, in that case, then I'm going to drop. I already used my bonus action to try and move it. In that case, then I'll just I'll make a short bow attack against it. Make a short bow attack against. No, I'll try and finish off this the statue there, the last statue.
So, Jen, it seems like your in the moment hesitation has not hampered you. You think about moving the portrait, you think about shooting the portrait, you swing back, knock an arrow and launch it at the statue that also crumbles into its component dust. Which will bring us over to Borren.
There's a sword next to me now.
It appears to be your sword, and your sword appears to be stabbing you. Why are you stabbing yourself, Borren?
I need it back. Bad metal. Hit the
And as the Russian attack bear hacks off the front half of the sword,
There is no better kind.
anything else from your Borren?
Don't go rushing into anything.
Too late. No? No. The answer is no.
Okay. Before we go over to Creed, Borren, if I can get a dex save, and to be honest, this sword also needs a dex save.
Do I see the source of the dex save?
It's right next to you. It's 5 feet big, and it's a giant ball of fire.
Oh fuck! I didn't realize. I forgot there was a fireball next to it. Can I please?
Could just have moved right over there.
I mean, if you're gonna move, the sword's gonna move with you.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna like shift here.
All right, and the sword also does not self-immolate.
Oh no! I should take it. I am tank.
Borren, you seem to be dancing. What's going? And I've developed your
Very
accent.
sick.
Shit.
Sword seems to be
Dexterity
avoiding
saving.
it.
You can do it. No.
With advantage because I can see the source.
All right, if it meets, it beats. So, yep, neither of the parties take any sort of fire damage. Creed, you can see the bear and the sword dancing together. I'm assuming that's not all that abnormal of a scene for you to find.
But he's like, don't break the sword. It's a magic sword. I want a magic sword. And then he's going to try to shoot the...
Actually, I'm pretty sure we both take half from the flaming sphere.
Hex to the... Is that... Can it move here? Does he feel it can move there? Because if so, then it will go there.
Yeah, you absolutely can apply it there.
And he's going to attempt to blast it. And hex it. Come on. There we go.
Borren, you will take 3 fire damage and so will the sword. Creed, as you lay your energies into this portrait, you tear a hole right through, not the head, but unfortunately the portion right next to the head of that. Anything else from you?
Does it look perturbed? Does the expression change? Is there-
Nothing changes on the portrait at all.
Huh. Yes, dude. Yes. His attention goes back to the flying sword because he did want it.
He did. Any movement from your Creed?
Nope.
All right, Rialta. There's a sword next to you. There's a ball of
Yes.
fire. There's another sword.
There is lots of yes. Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action. Nope. Nope. Wait, I can't move, right? Because if I move, it like can attack me.
Stepping away from the flying sword without using disengage would incur attack of opportunity.
Okay. And disengage is an action.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna disengage. I'm gonna
Sure.
move here, and then as my bonus action, put the sphere on the sword.
Which sword?
This one that was next to it.
Well, in either case, I'm going to assume a sword is making it a save. The right sword or the left sword, just to get me some clarifying.
It's this one. Sorry, I was talking. I don't know why it wasn't working.
Well, you gotta pick a sword. This sword or this sword?
Oh,
Borren
there's
or
a
Declan?
sword here on my.
It's doing
Okay.
the fake thing.
Oh
like
no!
it did
doing
with
the
Fake
thing.
swords.
But these are where the swords is.
Oh, okay. One's definitely here on my screen, but it's totally fine. I'll do this one.
And I know there's a lot
Oh,
of
man.
The one
assorted
next to
choices.
Borren.
Borren. There we go.
That
All right.
one.
Roll me some 2d6.
Good lord. Oh, now you're not gonna load and roll. Come on. There you, oh, it rolled twice. Just you can do
And
the first one.
as you slam the sword in, Creed's hopes are melted in front of him as that sword is reduced down to its metal components. Declan.
Well, hearing Creed call out that Creed wants a special sword, Creed, if you can think of a fast way to deactivate this thing, because this thing's currently trying to kill me, so I'm kind of inclined to end its life.
Take it by the hilt, make it yours.
Okay, I'm gonna try and non-lethally kill the animated sword. Like, what is this sentence? So, swing. I would like to deactivate you, please.
I think that's even too much subdual damage to.
Well, to be honest, Athy is actually almost correct there. However, you do not subdue it into death. The sword smashes down into the ground and does become inanimate. You have not completely destroyed said sword.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did it. I did a thing.
We'll go with that.
And now that that's gone, I'll go. These sentences. I will go and look threatening at the painting. Art. Whatever.
Creed is going to go look at the sword that may or may not be completely destroyed.
All right.
Hold on. We still got a painting to fight before you can grab it.
Yes, he is painterific.
Aren't I?
And as this painting comes to bear,
What about me?
Wow.
oh
Saw
god,
that coming a mile away.
you see, very similar to how Johnny Nova did so earlier. You see 3 rays of fire shoot out, one at Declan,
Oh,
one at the
no.
bear, and one at this red beast back there. So that is Declan, Borren, Creed. So Declan, you will take 5 fire damage. As one of the scorching rays can pierce through the chinks in your armor. Flying
Ouchies.
swords are tired. Jin.
So how high up is it?
So the ceiling of that part of the room is about 15 feet high. The portrait's rather massive, so it's within 5 feet striking distance of anybody directly below it.
So like Declan and Borren?
Borren would have to move up a little bit, but yeah, Declan's well within range.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure for sneak attack, as I am going to shoot the painting, hopefully.
You shoot the painting. Your arrow goes right through the book it's holding within, and it falls to the ground. Seemingly very tired. And we're going to go ahead and drop out of initiative.
Well done. Declan will hold up the thing for Creed. I got you a thing.
Sweet. Come here, magic sword.
Jin's immediately going to go to the door and try and open it.
The door opens.
Seems that we are good to leave this place now.
So
Yeah, but
what's the treasure? I was under the impression treasure. Was I wrong this whole time? Shit. Did I do this again? This is so many times this year. On these
What
stupid
was it that
quests.
was on the pedestal?
I think
was a
the treasure
can.
was.
If you say inside of us all along, I'm gonna be really pissed, Jin.
I was gonna say the friends we made along the way, but
That wouldn't do either. I can't pay the bills and friends I've made along the way.
I'm sure you could sell the blow one.
This was the thing. This was the oh good lord, I can't speak. This was the passageway underneath the rock, the statue near the like mausoleum thing, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Is it time to use the third charge of the
Sure.
She takes it out slowly and looks at everybody and waits for everyone else to respond.
Creed is not paying attention. He's kind of like looking over the sword, trying to figure out how to make it magic again, and debating on whether or not to pee on that painting.
Wait, I missed a step. Creed was eyeing the sword, and then... Are you...
But he's also like debating on whether or not he's kind of like, I kind of want to pee on that painting. I hate it a little.
Look, I know I called you a cat, but you don't have to literally form into a cat. Like, what good would peeing on it do? Besides,
Insult it?
stink up the room. I think killing it insulted it. I mean, if you want to take it for, you know, butt-wiping purposes later, I suppose you could roll that up.
That's too much effort. It's just easier to whip it out and just pee.
Okay, well, let's finish in this room, and then as we leave, you can stink it up with your urine.
Does it smell like sulfur? Or is that racist?
Where does your tail go? Okay. Yeah. Oh, Declan. Creed. Can I see your new toy real quick? Just can you? I mean, I don't even have to hold it. I just can I look at it and just kind of see if that could possibly have been something that fit in the statue's hand outside, like the dude in the hallway.
Yeah, you see a kind of light bulb appear over Jin, and see him just duck out of the room suddenly.
Is it like a cup, not a grab?
All right, bye, Jin. So much
And
for the friends we made along the way, am I right?
he'll put the cup into the sea-looking hand of the one gentleman out here.
Was that the
The one that he
north
grabbed
statue or the
off.
south statue?
I
As
don't
they both have
remember from the
extended
description.
hands. The
Well, for the-
northern was the lady in regalia, and the southern one was the man with armor and sword and shield.
He'll take a bit of a step back and use the mage hand to put it into the lady's hand.
The four of you in the now steaming, slightly misty, still kind of hot room, hear from the hallway a loud explosion of glass and what sounds like hissing. Lots and lots of hissing.
Borren runs.
Jin, can I get a dex save with advantage?
Yeah, I'd follow Born out too.
I don't like snakes. I'm out.
He's good.
Wow.
Yeah, so as
my ability to move has gotten funky. There we go. Wait, no, where'd I go?
You're under Rialta.
Okay. I like grabbed my token, but it was moving the entire screen. And I don't know how that happened. Running, okay.
So, Jen, as you place the cylinder in the statue to the north, you see glass fly out and hit these two sides of the wall. There was containing some sort of liquid that's very melty. You duck behind the door, and throw the door shut as the glass is launched, preventing you from taking any damage, leaving a nice sized head hole in this metal door.
You see him shrunk as everyone comes around the corner. You see him shrunk down to halfling size, where it would have blown through his head if he was normal sized, but he shrunk. Hands splayed against the door. I did a thing. It blew up.
Was it a good thing or a bad thing?
Let's go find
I'm
out.
Not sure. And he shifts back to the portrait looking man and just kind of opens the door.
And as you open the door, you can see coming from that hallway a bit of light. And you don't see a stone wall behind the statue. This statue to the north seems to be undamaged. The statue to the south has taken a very large amount of this acid to the face and is now an indecipherable person in armor and a sword.
Does
Well,
it still have a cupped hand?
It does.
What did you do?
I simply put the cylinder in the hand of this lady up here, and
still
I
exists?
almost got melted.
Who builds this shit?
Does the cylinder still exist, or is it the cylinder that exploded?
The statue of the lady is still holding within her hand a stone cylinder.
Everybody back
now
up. Everybody back up. We're doing that again.
I back up.
Wasn't it a silver cylinder before?
It's always been stone. Sorry if I misdescribed said thing.
Okay. If you want to do that again, I can do it from back here with magic. So you
Sure.
have to go around the corner.
Everybody back. Everybody back. Light it up.
Shut the door.
Jin will use his mage hand to pick it up from that statue and put it into that one.
So you place the cylinder within the statue's hand to the south. Can everybody give me a perception check? If anybody's a dwarf, you can make it with advantage.
I can turn into a dwarf.
So Declan, Rialta, and Jin, as you place the cylinder into the south statue, you hear a very faint click, a slight depression, and then the clicks of like a wheel turning, like click, 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 click. But it sounds like it's a piece of paper flapping against air. Sounds like something's moving, but it's not pulling something.
There's something wrong, and Jin's gonna quickly duck into this room. Does the whirring and clicking sound differ at all?
It lessens.
He's gonna shout down the hallway. I think that was a bad idea. I think I made the
Borren's
right
gonna
choice to begin with.
Borren's gonna walk towards it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We'll fiddle with it. It'll maybe it's just loose.
Borren fiddles with it.
So
you
you
probably
fiddle with it.
broke it.
Can I help Borren fiddle?
Yes. Can you make me a fiddle check with advantage? And you
Sure.
may choose your fiddling to be whatever skill roll you want it to be. But you have to describe it.
By the way, Jin's just in the corner over here, kind of like fingers in ears waiting for something to explode.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill right here, around the corner. Say
I
bye.
want to dexterously fiddle using sleight of hand.
Okay. You got it, Big Bear. All you.
With advantage is a 15.
So you you do fiddle. Like you're like, how do am I balancing it right? Is it going right? As you kind of look up and down, so it sounds like this is trying to move the wall behind it, but something somewhere is not functioning properly.
Does it seem like that something somewhere may have been melted by acid?
It sounds within the walls, so while you certainly can't say for 100% certain, the acid that hit the walls did not make more than an inch's worth of dent in the stonework in this place.
Totally broke it.
Can I get some sort of directionality on where that sound is coming through? Coming from? Is it straight? Is it straight back?
Yeah, it's
or is it
right
side?
in this area.
Okay.
Jin's gonna kind of come back and just kind of peek around the corner.
He's just fiddling with the thing, trying to, insert it multiple times again. It's fine.
Well,
Come on.
there's a passageway behind me now, right? In this direction?
Yes, there's a open passageway behind you with a little bit of light coming out of it. And the first time you've really smelled any amount of moisture also.
I'm going to head in and peek around the corner. This is a corner, yes?
Yes, you peek around the corner. It is very well lit up.
I keep going.
Okay, make me a perception check as you're stepping
12.
in. Okay, you see as you start moving down the hallway, as soon as you walk in, you see a little bit of mist starting to come out from a sarcophagus in the middle of the room.
Oh.
And as you keep going down this hallway, it goes on. It's a fairly long passage, about 30 feet. It is, again, lined with sarcophagi. And there are name plates above each sarcophagi in the walls with names that are indecipherable. They were clearly written at some point and chiseled in, but it seems like they've faded over time. And as this mist continues to move out of the tomb, out of this sarcophagi, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Poor why?
I don't know, maybe there's a mist thing there. Rialta and Jen, if you guys want to put yourselves where you would be, assuming no, you go first. No, you go first. Ladies first argument. Words to end.
Well, I could just
tried to stay safe, and we're pulled in anyway.
Oh shit! I didn't click my token. I thought I had.
All right, we hard put you in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, descending. Okay, Jin, as you have been moving down the hallway, Borren has pointed out that there was some mist coming out of sarcophagus. He kept moving in the room, so did Declan and everybody else. And the mist seems to coalesce above that sarcophagus. What are you doing?
The mist doesn't seem to be doing anything right now, does it?
It's coalescing. It looks like it's going to move around the room. in some way, shape, or form. It's very hard to intuit what a bunch of mist is going to do.
Fair enough. I'm not fully trusting all this. So I'll just pull out my bow, and if it appears to do anything aggressive to any of my compatriots, I'll take a shot at it.
Okay. Anything else from
Held
you?
action. I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Okay. So, as this mist finishes coalescing, nope. Okay, nope. Can everybody make a charisma check for me? Just a straight
Really?
click your charisma token, or click your charisma on your character sheet.
You got
What
it.
time?
Charisma's my good stat.
Is
Hey,
it?
same. I just got lucky.
Oh no.
Of course,
One
the
time I
changeling's
don't
the
play
most
as a
charismatic.
bard or something with charisma.
You need that chutzpah.
As it seems like the mist starts to hover towards Borren, and then doesn't move at him, and then hovers towards Declan, doesn't move to him, but then instead skips. And it goes past Declan into Declan's space, and then goes into, or goes next to Creed, and it looks like it's trying to come into Creed. Creed, if you could give me a DC 13 con save.
And I'm going to shoot it. My held action.
Nope.
Jen, your bow shot, even though it's extremely difficult to shoot a piece of mist who's basically inside a person, you manage to hit the mist and not the person. It's a good hit.
Skills for days.
For days. I'm going to go ahead and just, for our convenience, do that. So I can move this to Creed.
So what happens? Do I vomit?
So your life energy seems to
Hit.
just go into this mist, and you see the bow go through the mist, and then that part of the mist come back together as you slowly become way less energetic.
Is that even possible for Creed?
So what does that mean mechanically?
You're going to take 9 damage,
Okay.
and your max HP are reduced by 9 until you long rest.
Dang. Okay, hold on. I had forgotten about my temporary hit points before. Sorry, juggling a cat. Here we go. Can I clip myself? There we go. So -9, and then
And
the
then
max
just write
is
on your sheet somewhere that you have a actual max of 31, and then just adjust your max.
Okay.
And that will bring us over to Creed.
Here we go. Math. Okay. So it's inside of him
It's
or
hovering
around him?
like extremely around you. When it went to drain part of you, when you got really tired all of a sudden, parts of it went like into you, not just through your mouth, but like some of it seeped into your skin a little bit.
He's gonna start like swatting at it and try to brush it away and just kind of like but it seemed to get hurt by the bolt, so he's going to just at like whatever part that he could like see next to him, just blah.
Okay.
Blurt at it.
Even at disadvantage, because you're shooting something that's
Yes.
right in you. That's a very, you can feel that pulse of energy go through it. It's a very clean hit. Any other bonus action or movement from your Creed?
No, he's just gonna be flailing and trying to like swat at or wave away the mist.
Okay. The only way to get the actual health bars to show up is to put the mist in that space. Creed, you're not in the wall, I promise.
He's cursing up a storm.
All right. Declan.
I guess the things I'm saying this game are very strange. I guess I'll swing my sword at the mist, yelling at it, "Leave my friend alone." This feels weird.
It feels really weird. This mist is very hard to hit, considering that it is almost using Creed for cover. It's moving in a way that seems very smart. You're not able to hit it even with your great axe.
Ah, look out! That's my tail.
That's. Yep. I'm sure it regrows, right? That's how that works. Okay. Can't hit it, and I'm gonna bonus action second wind and tell Borren to maybe go bear at it. Or make it wetter, Rialta? I don't know. How do you fight mist? You didn't have this in my training.
You destroy water. I was
Fire?
actually reading the create destroy water spell. You can destroy fog and mist.
Sentient mist? Is it sentient? I don't know.
Don't know that much.
Anyway.
Somebody could, this is a lot of interesting questions. Somebody could make some sort of a check and try to justify how they're trying to get knowledge about mist.
I've already done a thing. Sorry, can't do more things. 6 seconds,
I'm
very
just
short.
a rogue.
Are you, Jin? You're so much more than that. You're painting currently.
That is true.
So, we will see that second wind hit points from Declan in a second. Here, Rialta, Creed is getting misted.
All right. I would like to do an Arcana check to see, or history. I don't know. I want to know more about the mist.
All right. Do you want to know more about it in terms of
Killing
like
it
magic?
with my water
Okay.
spell.
Killing it with magic or killing it without magic?
With magic, like if
Give
it's
me an
considered
Arcana.
water.
Gotcha. Perfect. Give me an Arcana.
Oof.
Don't you laugh at me, Benjamin.
Okay. So mist is water. Mist also usually doesn't suck energy out of people. So you think that it might not behave like regular mist water does.
I think what do I know? Dang it. Lands astray. Alright. I'm gonna not do that because I don't think that shape water into create or destroy. Or I use poison spray. I don't really have any. I did not pick good spells. Okay. Can I hold an action of? Do I have to tell you what the action is?
Yes, I'll have to know what the action is and what the trigger for it is.
I'm gonna hold absorb element.
Okay. You actually don't have to hold and absorb. That
Oh,
its
great.
casting time is reaction.
Oh, great. Okay, then.
Yeah. So when that's applicable, you can always do it if you have a reaction. You don't have to hold anything.
I'm gonna cast my flaming sphere, just because that's literally like. So I'm gonna cast that just in case, and I'm gonna put it right here in this little square, so that no one gets hurt. Tiny little square. There it is. All right, that's my turn.
All right. So you make a ball of flaming light in that corner. You start to hear noises coming from the sarcophagi as a large stream of bats start to outpour from the sides. And they seem to coalesce into some sort of swarm.
They look like
Yeah, what do you say?
maggots. Look how flying maggots.
I mean, those are bats, basically.
Gross.
And that will bring us over to Borren. Creed has a mist hanging around. There's a ball of fire. There's now some bats in a corner.
Nobody puts baddies in the corner.
Grown.
I would like to move here, avoiding the swarm of bats or avoiding the ball of fire. Right? There's a ball of fire.
Yes.
And I would like to attack the bats. I would like to rage first. That's my last rage for the day. And I'm going to attack bats.
You attack the bats.
Or not.
You miss the bats.
No. The mist is different, not the bats.
They're all hard to hit, it seems.
I hate you.
I want the bats, not the mist.
All right. So as Borren finds that saying groan-inducing puns and swinging the axe do not go together, Jin, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna step behind the wall, take my bonus action to hide. Not very well.
Yes, you definitely do that.
And I will then pop out to take a shot at the mist, which I'm guessing is not at advantage for hiding.
It appears that the mist did not. Yes, you're not at advantage.
Alright.
I don't have an RP way to describe that. No, dude.
Yeah, no worries.
You tripped over a rock in the hallway. No.
Okay, other than my skill checks, I am rolling on point tonight.
Your arrow goes by Creed, just narrowly missing him, and it goes through a good chunk of the mist. On a living being, that's a pretty consistent kill shot. On this mist, you seem to push apart some of it.
Well, shit. And I will step back behind cover.
Okay. So, Creed. Mist getting touchy. I'm gonna need a con save. All right. You feel the mist try to invade and suck energy out of your body. You're just able to push it out. Your body just reacts properly to it this time.
Yeah, no, fuck you. Don't touch me! Just flailing. In very more angry than you've really seen him.
There hissing
He's-
involved?
Possibly.
Which brings us over to Creed. As you swat and hiss. What else do you do?
If he moves, is it like attached to him? Like he's gonna try to just kind of like dart this way.
Okay. So you dart that way, and nothing happens.
So he's gonna run behind Declan, do like a reach around, and try to blast at the thing again. Just like, get away!
Uh,
Tail
You
snapping
hit-
back and forth.
and your Eldritch Blast dissipates this mist that's in front of you.
Yeah, you take that, incorporeal motherfucker.
Are we done?
There's bats
Friggin'
and
bats.
fire.
And as you Jen, as you ask that question, and Creed responds, Borren, you're there, you're large, you're loud, you're not lit up by a lot of fire.
Mhm.
Chompy chompy.
Failing.
All right. Declan.
Well, I saw.
Or should I say missed?
Thank you.
I won't feel bad if you roll a crit fail on your next attack. Not at all. But that's not right now. Declan's right now.
Alrighty. Gonna move up next to the bats. And seeing it work so well when Borren did it, I guess I'll try and great axe the bats. Hold still. I've got this.
The bats hold still, or at least, 3 of them do, and you managed to line up and slice 3 of them in one go.
Gross. How tall is this?
It's about 4 feet off the ground.
And the lid is off of it?
It's like half. It's 90% on. There's like it actually looks like the picture. There's just a little bit of it off.
Yeah. I see that as a place to stand. Advantage. Declan. That's it.
As the bats learn from the mistakes of the predecessors and do not jump at someone who has the high ground. Rialta.
Yes, Anakin.
Aha. Borren,
Yeah.
can you? Oh no. Wait, Declan?
Yes?
Are you in the line of fireball?
There is a lot of hot fire in the corner next to me, yes.
I would have prompted, I think, if that was the case. The tomb is actually 4 or 5 feet off the ground. I think we're just going to rule that as away enough from the fire.
Oh, great. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I'm going to use my bonus action to squash the bat potentially vampire thing. They don't like fire, so I squished them with fire. And
All right, it's a 13. What was your DC? Go ahead and roll your damage anyway.
Okay.
Once we get your DC, we'll figure out how much it does.
13.
So the bats. I'm sorry. I gotta move your beautiful blue fire out of the way here. We know
Oh,
that
it's
is
fine.
flaming hot. But the bats seem to be avoiding the fire. They really don't like it, and they seem to stay away from it. That was your bonus action. What is your action, Rialta?
Use the correct thing and move here. And that's really all I can do right now. So
Okay.
Ice Knife will hurt everyone else.
All right, and that will bring us over to Borren. Borren, the bats seem to have some good backlighting from this fire sphere. What do you do?
Chop.
A sawing chop.
Yep, you chop. They start to slowly disappear. There's only a couple of bats left. Any bonus or movement from you?
None of the above.
All right, and as you hear fire,
Shit.
You hear what?
sorry, as you hear fire and bats, Jin.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash, see everything that's going on, and just like, oh shit. Pull up my bow and take a shot at the swarm. Okay, that's my third 19 in a row.
Remarkably consistent. And you put the 4 bats left in a straight line, knock an arrow, and plow through all of them. The bats have dissipated. And the party is out of immediate danger.
Woo.
Woohoo! Now, what would you all do without me?
Right. Declan's gonna climb
Survive.
down off of
Much
the.
easier.
Declan's gonna peek in here at what he was standing on. Maybe no more fire. Did we put out the fire? Could we? It smells like burnt bats now. It's a little gross.
You make me hungry.
You just ate, Borren. Come on.
And I'm already hungry.
I mean, they're already roasted, and they're right there.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're cooked. I hear bad things happen if you eat raw bats. But whatever.
Oof.
Too soon. Okay. Yeah, dead body? Huh? That'll break the awkward.
I'd lift the lid on the coffin.
It's very easy to move aside this lid. On the top, another engravement of a wolf's head and a wolf chasing after something. Inside, a nice little bit of blue lining. No body to be found.
Jin, figure out what to do with this thing at the statue.
Sorry, what?
Make it go.
What, the other statue?
Yeah.
Like, the other way? Are you sure there isn't anything in there?
Creed will jump in and start looking around.
Yeah, there we go.
Creed, you get in.
Investigate? Perception?
Go ahead. Investigate. Sounds great. You get in. It's nice. It's got lined with blue satin. It's pretty comfy. It's fairly reasonable. No. So you're in the coffin. You're feeling around. You know, maybe it's not your first time being in a fancy bed, and that's what we're going to call that coffin from now on. As you get out, you see the boot prints on top of the sarcophagi. You see the boot prints on Declan, and you see the same kind of boot prints going this way. And as you get a gist of it, you kind of see the outlines of a door. Not an actual door, but the outlines of a piece of stone that could move just like a door.
So he's rummaging around and he kind of just sits up and looks around and then looks up at the wall and he's like, door. Points. How'd y'all miss a door?
Don't know, keeping my distance.
Door, you say? And
And he's gonna like point at the wall and like trace the outline of the door that he sees like in the air with his finger.
That it becomes painfully obvious to everyone as soon as Creed is outlining this that there's definitely a door shape in the stone wall.
Declan just starts touching the wall. Knock, knock.
You knock. Give me a d20.
Oh, no.
And as you knock, actually right at your height, the second stone that you knock on, this door pushes in and slides into the next portion of wall. Not that.
I was about
Slides
to
into your
go.
death.
Slides into initiative. Hey! And it slides open and it reveals a short hallway with a turn in it. You see light from at least two sources coming from down this hallway. And you hear hushed conversation and what sounds like a little bit of growling.
Ooh, stuff down here, guys. Borren, would you like to lead the way, or shall I this time?
You do it.
Okay, sounds great.
I'm getting a little tired.
Okay, sounds good. I guess I will stealthily try and peek around the corner. I'm real good at it.
I'm just gonna have my mage hand ready.
I'll be second
Oh,
though.
fuck.
I don't like the sound of these growls.
Yes, so you're very, very stealthy. And as you peek down the hallway, you see two men leveled with bows down the hallway, also holding on to two leashes attached to two very angry-looking wolves. Who's going there? What's the password?
Shit. Anybody know the password?
No, shit's not the password.
Fuck you.
I mean, we've used that one before, but I mean, no, that's not the one that's right now. What's your business? Otherwise, leave.
Jin's gonna kind of gesture to everyone and just kind of, I might be able to talk our way through this. Just give me a moment.
Sure, go for it.
He's gonna take a second, think. All right, the only individual we've really seen so far, for sure. I got dogs. Fuck it. I'm gonna shift into the shopkeeper that we brutally murdered earlier. Well, at least when he wasn't in a werewolf form, and I'm just gonna kind of step out with my hands up. Apologies, doing a perfect voice of him. I seem to have forgotten the password. I don't normally come down here. I'm too busy minding the shop normally.
Hey, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm looking through my handouts of the first episode.
As both the player and DM forget the character's name.
Yep, basically.
His name is officially Harumph now.
Oh, why are you down here? This is not a. It's not your turn for watch. What do we?
Uh, I had to take care of some other individuals that were meddling in business not their own. And I needed to get some reinforcements to help clean up the mess. They kind of started a fire and, well, they burned down the shop.
Shit. Oh, that sucks. All right. So, what's the deal? Do you need to see Anterer? Like, what's going on?
That would probably be preferred. I'd like to fill everyone in on the situation going on. They kind of
Okay. All right.
fluffs off some like smoke dust that looks like it probably came from the soot and whatnot from all the smoke that's been going on so far.
I mean, it's a sleep time. Like, is it that urgent? Like, I really don't want to wake him up.
It would be very much preferred. The damn shop burned down, and I think part of the district is starting to go at this point. So if that reveals everything to everyone, things might not go well.
Go ahead and give me deception.
Fuck!
Oh god.
Wah, wah.
See, I had all the good rolls earlier, and skill checks are when I'm gonna screw it up.
Creed trolling from the back.
Oh, wait. I have an inspiration. I will use it.
Can I double that up with guidance too?
Nice.
All good.
So traditionally, I would say guidance would be before even the concept of a roll would come out.
Got
Like
it.
you'd want to do that before. If you treated this like an encounter before the social encounter.
Great. Okay, thank you.
In this instance, go ahead and just give me that D4, and we'll see how it affects this outcome. As one of the guards hands his wolf over to his compatriot.
25.
He says, "It's gonna be like some minutes. If you wanna come on in, he's not gonna want to go far. It's gonna be, oh god,
That's
the second
quite
time this
alright.
week."
Yeah. Even worse. There's even worse news. And with a rag, he's gonna pull out I was debating between going between the smugglers from before or that guy, but he's gonna pull out the silver dagger with a cloth so he's not touching it. They came at me with a few of these.
Fuck. As this guy opens the door, the room behind it is pitch dark, and the only sources of light are here. So you actually don't get any insight into that door. Shuts it behind him. You can hear some mumbling, and then a very loud, welcome. You fucking werewolves never fucking do anything. Ugh. And then he comes out, and a gentleman approaches. Very short in stature. Wearing not quite noble regalia. Looks like it's a very working and very efficient dress. Jin. He looks at you. And go ahead and make another deception check for me.
Sure. Well, oh Oh, well.
Wow.
Oh. So the figure comes out. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, you really werewolves really are garbage. I swear to God, if we didn't have your lion enslaved, you'd all be fucking dead already. You are not Harumph. You don't smell like him. You barely even stand like him. Where
Yeah,
is
that
he?
sounds,
What's happened?
Oh,
You
well,
can
I guess
bother
this
fibbing,
isn't...
it doesn't fucking matter. Do whatever you want. Just know, if I don't like your answer, you're probably dead.
You know what? That's totally fair. And he's gonna shift into the form of the
Shoot him.
painting from before. Yes, you really should train your guards and whatnot a lot better. I am simply an adventure seeker, and he's gonna pull out the map. Everyone's being told to come and converge on this place from these damn maps. We just happen to be the first one here. I think we beat out 3 or 4 other groups behind us, though they were hot on our heels.
So, you got here, which means that you got rid of the skeleton that I made a complete pacifist. You destroyed my portrait. You disabled all of these traps. Ugh, it's gonna be such a nightmare to reset for later. Ugh,
Well,
okay.
there's probably about 3 or 4 other groups, probably an hour behind us, so
And
not
you
exactly
did
like you
this
have that much time.
by yourself?
Do I
Never mind, I
look...
can hear the rest of them. Where are the other ones?
I'm
I will
guessing
Yeah,
address-
you'll
everyone
just
else can
kind of
hear
pop
this.
out from behind, just like, sup.
Yeah, Borren will just poke a bare head out. Hmm?
If we're gonna bother, we're gonna bother. Come in.
He's gonna get a
I'd offer
look
you
over.
tables and chairs, but usually not sitting.
That's more than fine with me. And he's just gonna look over his shoulder there and do a I can't believe that worked like mouth that to everyone else.
All right. So there's what, 5? There's what, 5 of you? That's fine. And there was a map I didn't think 5 would be able to get through. Interesting. Maybe there is something special about most of you. Fuck, I'm hungry. Let me see the map. Let me see which version it is.
Look over to everyone. I think I still have the map. I'll hand it over.
He unfurls it, whips it open. The 5th version of this map I've seen. I'm sorry. What was that lady in the back? Or gentleman in the back? I didn't catch who that was.
I just said Kyle. I couldn't hear you. I didn't know if you stopped talking.
Ah, I do apologize.
It was not in game. Sorry.
By the way, if you guys want to move past Jen, you're more than welcome.
Yes, come in here. Let's make some space. You guys can you guys go clean up back there? Last one was a messy one.
I guess the last visitors to come through.
Well, the last visitor to come through came by himself, and it was very annoying. He tried to light the place on fire.
Oh, do you mean... Oh, I'm blanking on his name already. Johnny Nova? Or was spouting something about that?
And you remember that in the coffin room, after the skeletons had been disposed of, Johnny Nova went running off, saying something about a star makes his entrance alone. And it appears he did make his entrance alone and was very well noticed, though maybe not well received. That's okay. So I've dealt with 4 of these type maps at least. They all have different clues. They all point to right here. People that haven't died yet, I guess that's something. So, a business proposition. But for that, I'll need to see all of you. And he motions for you to all approach. And is anybody doing anything besides paying attention and acting in those manners? Anybody trying to do anything?
Nope.
Not in particular.
I got my visible mage hand up, kind of drifting over here, but that's about it.
Creed is kind of trying to puff himself up a little bit, make himself look more awesome and possibly older.
Okay. So, I believe there is a treasure. There is something hidden somewhere. Because I've been trying to figure out who's been sending people to me, which, while I'm not necessarily mad about, there's a lot of them. And you've just ruined a lot of prep work. It's very not good. So I have a proposition. I want you to find the person who is distributing these maps. I want you to bring them to me. I will take dead, or I will take alive, and I will deal with it one way or the other. And then I will reward you with some paltry amounts of gold and maybe a trinket. That is how these things are done. Yes, you come to me, I give you a proposition, I offer you some terrible pay, and you accept. That's how this works, correct?
Usually.
To my experience, yes. Though normally there's a few more corpses.
Well, I mean, I can work with a few more corpses. That's absolutely fine. Now, I really need this issue resolved rather expediently. This Johnny, he was with you. That is what I'm understanding, correct?
In a
You
matter
get a
of speaking.
You get a kind of
Oh, kind of. Yeah, that makes sense.
He was
and
near us. Let's just say it that way.
okay.
almost burned us a few times, and he is the one who burned down that shop.
Well, that's incredibly convenient. In that case, he's mildly entertaining. I think I'll keep him for a little bit. And he opens the door and pulls, and you see Johnny's head. No other parts of him. There's some blood around his shoulders, and he looks extremely pale. Creed, he looks like you feel.
He looks like shit. That's great.
Yeah, he just looks like absolute garbage.
Is he
No.
breathing?
Yes, but he is breathing, he is sentient, but he looks a little bit zoned out. I think I'll keep this one for a while. He's entertaining. And you can have him back if
Oh no, please.
you get here before, he's dead. And if not, if it's no loss to you, maybe I'll have a snack earlier. He tastes like he's foreign. It's very weird.
He's a very weird individual.
All right. Do we have a time limit?
Well, I mean, I need this resolved, I'd say within the 3 days, and I'd say the sooner, the better for me, of course. But also for you. I can save some money so I can spend some more money. It's a very interesting concept. I would be more than happy to reward you each with, what's the going rate nowadays? What's the going rate nowadays for you?
1 million gold.
Let's not joke. 1,000 gold each.
No. I like jokes.
I normally go by the heads and how difficult the job is.
A scaling portion. Excellent. Well, let's prorate it based on this. I know that the person who is trying to have lots of people enter my area is a Druger. I don't know their name. I don't know who they are. I don't know where they are. I've just heard to them referred in that wonderful undercommon dirty slang for Druger. They probably have some link to this map, and he hands you 3 other maps, each with different kind of clues, but all pointing towards the same general area if you were to put it against a map of Waterdeep.
Declan looks really dejected at getting more maps.
Any idea where this Druga might be?
That sounds like a you problem. It just...
Well, then
I
it's worth a
don't
shot
have
asking.
Sounds like an expensive problem.
I agree, and let's go about it like this. We'll do a finder's fee of 100 gold if you only find out where he is. I'll pay your families 200 gold each if you kill him and die in the attempt. And I'll pay you 250 gold each if you come back with his corpse.
Even
And-
more if he's alive.
Doesn't matter. I mean, I guess alive would be convenient. It's not necessary. Save me... Yeah, it'd save me a little bit. How about 300 if he's alive? 250 if he's dead. I'm impartial. And when I say dead, I mean I need a skull. I don't need a dangly little bit of him.
Very reasonable. I've had worse clients.
So just to be clear, there's no money like here, and Declan's like looking around him, behind him, under his feet. Just making sure no money right here, like now, right?
Are you? I just told you. I just told you that there's.
I just.
If everybody wants to make an insight check.
I mean, we fought mist and bats and a bunch of. I mean, who knows? You could be a sentient sword. Nothing's shocking me anymore. I'm just making sure.
Okay. So, Rialta, you're getting vibes of pure annoyance. You've been getting them from the start, from this short, stout figure. But it just doesn't. At the mention of money right now, he's extremely irritated. And it looks like he's about to flip his lid at Creed. The way that he's talking and how he's acting, like he has a very different perspective. The way that he's looking around the room, it looks like he looks at things upside down just as much as he looks at things right side up.
Okay.
No money now. Get out. If we have a deal. If we don't, just leave one of you here and we'll call that tax enough and we'll call it a day.
Well, we have a deal, definitely.
Sounds fair to me, yeah. I've worked for worse.
So let's just go grab some dude, bring him back here. You could eat him, all good. And we get paid.
Well, we're gonna grab the right dude, right? Not just any random dude.
Gurgur dude.
Let's. All right, we have a deal. We'll see you in hopefully within the 3 days. All right. Let's all leave. Yes. And Borren turns to leave and motions to get everybody out of the fucking room.
Yeah, Jin's already gone.
All right.
Let's go meet in the coffin room. That'd probably be
Let's go meet in the outside.
I was gonna say which coffin room, but let's go somewhere there's food.
There's plenty
Let's
of
go
coffin
somewhere-
rooms.
Let's go somewhere there's food and light and things to drink, and away from here.
On the way out, Jin's just gonna try and check out the statue down here and see if he can find what is preventing the thing from moving.
So yeah, go ahead and yeah, perfect. That's an investigation roll. You put in the cylinder. You hear the clicking coming from behind. As soon as you do that, you hear a voice. Turn that clicking off. It's going to stop me from sleeping. I swear to God, if you don't leave now.
Okay. He's gonna take
It's
the thing and put it in
Thursday.
his bag as he leaves.
Okay. And as you pull that out, you were able really quickly to decipher why it was so broken. I heard drinks, I heard food, I heard not here.
All of the
That
above.
sounds correct.
Back to the tavern that we met at?
Back to the tavern we met at, I believe
Is that like
that
a
there
2-hour
was
walk?
an obligation of storytelling to that barkeep. That was the
And
payment for the first
As
map.
soon as we are out of the general area of the land of the dead, I'm like, we're gonna kill that guy, right?
Yes.
What do you mean? He's
Absolutely.
our
All
employer.
right, cool.
He's completely evil.
He's eating people, right?
Yeah.
Or some sort of vampire.
Creed just kind of shrugs. Like,
Probably more werewolf, but
But
I'm
can
with
we kill
Creed.
him after we get the treasure? Because I'm feeling kind of treasure gypped right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lots of
I
pieces
say
of paper.
we steal a skull, grave, City of the Dead, and just bring it to him.
Well, he's gonna know something's up if it ain't no Durgar skull.
it's gonna smell like dirt. It needs to smell like recently dead underdwarf.
Hey, maybe we actually do this job for the guy. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, I mean, the other guy doesn't sound very good either.
Yeah,
That's
fuck 'em
fair.
both up.
Exactly. I've worked for worse.
Okay. All right.
Right, food and drink and sleep, please.
As long as we
Speaking
actually
of
get paid this time.
Speaking of the Durgar, have I heard of any like bosses in the underground being a Durgar?
So in the city of Waterdeep, there are all sorts of races, all sorts of sizes. In the underground, there's always people of all types as well. A Durgar is a very, unfortunately, non-specific. You'll end up with like 20 or so leads, but 20 or so actual leads that you'd have to chase down. You do have a
Fair
solid
enough.
place to start from, but no instant
Yeah.
knowledge.
You can always go back to the tavern
Artor,
first.
however, is a name that you would have heard in the underground. You would have heard it as Artor Morlin. As someone who was well associated with smuggling things, even some things that were legal and just did not want to be taxed.
I will let everyone know about that. So possibly that was his smuggling operation that we stumbled upon earlier.
I mean, the smuggling isn't so bad. It's the eating people comment that that didn't really set well with me. You know, need to vanquish. I mean, I'm
You
not like
You don't spend much time in the city, do you?
eating people? No. Not a lot of time. Is that a crowd? I'm glad I've missed that crowd.
There are all walks of life here in Waterdeep. Some more monstrous races tend to come and live among the populace, as he gestures to himself. Some of us even fit in quite well. And he's going to switch back to the high elf and not the portrait person.
Yes, but I've never seen you eat anybody, Jin, so when you do that, I think our friendship may be over. But for now, you're quirky, but you're okay. Same with Creed. I'm sure Creed got the fancy, sentient magic sword. Have a new toy?
He's carrying around this, like, probably wrecked to hell looking sword, and he's like, yep. That he can't use. He doesn't really seem to know how to hold it properly.
It's definitely beat to hell. And as you all kind of have these conversations and make your way back to the Inn of Eating and Sleeping, as a couple of characters have described it, it's well known as Green's Rest. You meet up with Durik and Zelfin, who originally gave you this map, the first map. And are the stories of what happened being told? Are they being told in their entirety, or are they being safely edited for listener safety?
Safely edited for listener safety. We're gonna kind of truncate the end of it, and it's just like, oh well,
But
we didn't really
totally
find anything.
embellish their amazing battles.
I thought they were pretty amazing already. But okay, embellishment is fine.
So
there are more things to kill, and it took less time to kill them because Creed is awesome.
Zurich is like, oh, that's you almost burned down a store? Oh, yeah, and and you found some smugglers. They had weird bobbleheads. Oh, that's so cool. You really didn't find any magic treasure in the bottom of that crypt? And as he asks that, Creed, the sword in your bag starts to come to life, and it starts to try to poke at you. It seems it has woken up.
Declan will stand in front of Creed.
It's not really like in a bag. I don't think that would fit in his backpack, but he had it on him. But it's he would try to like grab it by the hilt and like hold on for dear life.
Yeah, you can focus and you can hang on to it, and you can eventually slam it on the table to bring it back to heel. Oh, so you did find some treasure, murderous treasure, but treasure.
Creed is like practically on top of it, holding it down. Yeah, someone got a spare sheath or something?
I think we won't be taking a cut of the treasure that you found this time. I think you guys can keep that all to yourselves.
Well, I'm pretty sure it wants a cut of you.
I was gonna say, who's gonna do it?
Just needs a bit of training is all.
Anyways, that was a fairly fun, what do you say, afternoon? Where did you happen upon this map anyways?
So that was... we're gonna kind of cinematic it here into the end of the night. They go over the story of how that was the map that was lost in a barroom brawl the previous night. I mean, it's just been what, a day and a half for you guys all together.
Not even.
Yeah, the map was of indeterminate origin for you, and they offer, just based off of the story alone, I mean, you guys didn't get a massive hoard of treasure, but they offer to put you up for the night just because they can use that story to draw in more customers. you guys can rest up for the night. You guys can take the benefits of a long rest. You guys can take the benefits of 5th level.
Woo!
Wahoo! 2 attacks
Wow.
per round.
And I will
Jawohl.
2 blams.
touch base here. This module is the second in the Adventure League line. It doesn't really coordinate nearly as well into the third. So if we did something, I'd probably have to do something a little bit more structured, which I definitely can't do for at least 2 weeks. And long term, I don't know if I'll be doing. Is there any interest in that?
There is
Oh.
interest in that.
Totally.
I certainly have nothing to do until stay-at-home orders are lifted. So.
Same. So I'm down. 2 weeks is great.
Okay. Athy, if
I'm good for that. Am I
And
not
Connor, you
making
said-
noises? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't quite catch you. I caught Connor though. And I'll hit up Craig as well. But if he's unable to, he's unable to. Sin, are you interested?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you're sitting right next to me, but it's always nice to get that vocal.
As long as one of these fucking adventures finally ends in treasure, yes.
And speaking of treasure, throughout your travels in the crypt, a couple of items stood out to each of you as individuals. I'm going to explain this in a second, but basically, Adventurer League rules state when you hit 5th level, if you don't have any magic items, you get one.
Yes.
So,
Yes, please.
during your adventures in the crypt, I will get the formal rules out in a little bit, but the cylinder that Jin pulled up actually does show a little bit of magic. Creed, it
Yeah.
specifically wants to talk to you. It's a rod of the Pact Keeper.
Ooh.
+1. Rialta, the water gives you the equivalent of whatever the druid item is. I'll DM that. And Jin, Declan, Borren, one of the magic weapons across the many decorative areas is magic. You noticed it. And you now have a +1 weapon of whatever that we will find out the next time.
Yay!
Cool.
Hooray.
Right here.
Onward to money.
Yeah, sorry guys, no money.
Eh.
Bupkis. You didn't even ask the underworld guy for an advance.
I
No, I
mean,
did.
I insulted him towards
What
an
a ripper.
advance, but
What's that?
he didn't really pick up on that, I guess. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, that's
going
true.
well.
I
You did
think he would have
insult him.
killed us.
That good old Declan charisma coming at him.
You know what's actually hilarious? I didn't cast a single spell the entire time.
Well, you were very busy hiding behind corners and shouting down hallways.
Well, yeah. I have 4 spells: Color Spray, Sleep, Shield, and Disguise Self. I never had a chance to use Shield. Nothing I could have attacked probably would have been affected by Sleep or Color Spray, and I didn't need to change my clothes.
Ooh.
So, I definitely enjoyed this time with you guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, are we good to hit Stibida? So we're gonna plug, and Sin's gonna plug what we got coming up next in Captain Reboot.
Oh yeah, plugging things. This is a Tuesday, so we have games that are updated on the Twitch now. We have games Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays. And I believe the Friday used to be an every other week. It is now every week for the time being. On Wednesdays we have Connor DMing Tales of Mid-Cryu Homebrew D&D 5e. Then Thursdays we have the following of the long-awaited end to our 2-year saga for Tyranny of Dragons, Rise of Tiamat. That should be wrapping up soon. Fridays, we have, and that's DM'd by Casey. Sorry. Fridays we have The World of Yulia, DM'd by Zach. And Saturdays we have Athy DMing Four Souls the Lost Tower for a D&D 5e homebrew as well. So lots of D&D going on. But yeah, lots of stuff. 4 days a week, games with a lot of the people that you saw in this game. And then, you know, maybe we'll continue these characters in another something soon. But yeah, all the past games that we have, which are lots of them with lots of overlapping characters and DMs, all on the YouTubes. But yeah, thanks guys. This was super fun.
Super fun.
Super fly.
Bye.